All right. Rangers lead the way. Here we are currently at wonderful Fort Benning, Georgia. Main post, right next to Winsec, our Western Hemisphere schools. Right at the World War II Ranger Memorial, because during World War II, our first set of Rangers led the way for us here. What's it looking like right now? Well, competitors just got off the bus. Competitors are getting to go to the bathroom, get some water, get some hydration work in, and then all before they begin this unknown distance buddy run. How are Team 26 and 27 doing? 26 and 27, I think they're actually over in the holding area over there in the shade, getting some ice in them, getting some water. They look fine. You're going to see on this buddy run, you're going to have some teams absolutely crushing it, probably more of those top 4 or 5 teams. And you're going to see teams that are just, hey, let's get through this. Let's get after it. Let's feel good. Let's be good. Great, great, great. Here we are, World War II Rangers. They led the way for us. One of the coolest unknown places here on Fort Benning is before you get to the golf course on Fort Benning, you have this absolutely incredible field that has monuments from all of our different campaigns and battles that we've had here in the United States Army, known as Sacrifice Field. Sacrifice Field, soldiers who gave their lives in peace and war. And so Winsec is where a lot of our international forces and their officers will come to go training, work on their English proficiency, and then also just, manage and prep. But also, we got this year's Best Ranger competition running start point starting here. So it's going to be a longer run than usual. We got a big downhill all the way to the start point of the Columbus River Walk. Then we got to run the Columbus River Walk all the way down to the National Infantry Museum. If you are already in place at the National Infantry Museum, you are so lucky because it is one of the coolest moments you'll ever have in your life. You get to have raucous cheering crowds for all 16 teams that come through one at a time. You're just like, America. It's amazing. You just one team after another finish the Best Ranger competition. Every time a team finishes, generally they will raise their rubber ducky rifle all the way up. It does not matter whether they're first and 16th place. The fact that you can be a finish in this competition is absolutely insane. And hopefully most of these competitors, we know they will continue to earn that Ranger tab every day and bring back a bunch of lessons learned throughout these last 3 days. Now, as far as recovery in that, as soon as you're done with the run, you go in, you get a medical check, you can get an IV if you want, maybe use some wipes to clean up, and then they're preparing for the unofficial ceremony. So they have the unofficial ceremony where all the sponsors will be there. Every single competitor who finishes will get their different prizes for finishing from 16th all the way to the first place. Obviously, as you go higher in the rankings, then the more sweet prizes you end up getting. Now, thank you so much to the National Ranger Association who made it possible to provide this private-public partnership between us and the Ranger community, and it's really enabled all these different competitors to get some pretty cool stuff. You're going to be in the Gator following them? Big Johnny Elite, come on now. What do you think? Not only am I going to be in this wonderful leading Gator, so you can see at least the lead teams, which will be the lead teams, but you're going to have a guest announcer. Guest announcer is going to be the winner of the 2025 Best Ranger competition, First Lieutenant Griff Hokinson, but for us, he'll just be Griff in this civilian capacity, right? So Griff, one of the winners of last year's competition, him and Kevin Moore. We're sadly not able to get Kev out here fast enough. That's okay. Maybe a new tradition we do going forward. We'll always try to make this final buddy run not only live stream, but maybe the previous winners at this final run, right? Like kind of like passing off the Olympic torch or the winning Best Ranger torch to the next. So that's our goal. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get there. Not everybody's schedules last. Everybody's really busy in the military, right? We all got different schedules. However, if you know the data, you're out. Like we can put that on the long-term training calendar right there. S3 brigade out. We're good to go. Laughed my assistant officer off. Best announcer award. Let's go, Team 30. All right. So as you've seen, we have 2 streams going. We have one stream on Wi-Fi on the Starlink. They're probably popping, rocking over there at the National Infantry Museum. That's Vince Peykowski, winner of 2021. He's been giving you all sorts of information, stats, numbers, been kind of running you down just to reframe your mind to make sure you're tracking. That first place team, Team 49, they're looking pretty rock solid. Like, I don't even know if they took 6. I think the only way they can't win is if they don't finish this buddy run, right? That's where we're at. Let's be honest. So congrats to them. Next, that second place to third place team, it's tight. So they can bounce back and forth depending on how much we change between or beat somebody in place. Next tier of kind of competitors is 5th to 7th, then that 8th to 10th, then 11th to 13th, 14, 15, and 16 is probably pretty much locked. So that's kind of your placing across the board. So there's still a little bit to run for here, with that weight being about a 2.75 or 3. The entire stream team has been amazing this weekend. Hey, and so, let's talk about that while we got this admin break here. So every single year, it's our 4th year officially doing it with the National Ranger Association. First 3 years was really just myself, Jay Goodeagle, and then Ranger Blain Reeves, winner of 1993. This past year, as we've been getting more former Ranger competitors, former Ranger winners involved, we've been getting after it. So this year we added Vince Peykowski, winner 2021. We also added Jimmy Moore, 2-time finisher, 2nd, 6th place. We also added more new Starling tech, new tech, and just continuing building this partnership with the National Ranger Association and other sponsors to make it bigger, better, and greater. Hopefully, as we continue to improve each year, we do our after-action review, we continue to make it great. Yep, United States Military Academy, Team 16. They are your first West Point team to finish the competition since 2022. So good for them. Oh, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, you get to the back. Get on back here. Oh, don't worry about that. All right, Griff. You and Kevin Moore won the Best Ranger competition in 2025. What are you feeling right now watching these competitors as they're about to start off?
A lot of nostalgia, and there's a lot of tender feet out there. So
tender feet and nostalgia. All right, thought question here. If you could trade places with them right now, be in the competition, would you be doing it?
Oh, hard to say.
Hard to say?
I'm happy I've done my time, but yeah, I mean, obviously this is day 3 is awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So,
what kind of emotions and feelings have you got when you're getting there, as far as getting towards the end, running towards it? Yeah. What are you thinking right now? Because you probably have 70 to 80 miles in your body. Your feet are like hamburgers. Your hips are dying. Your IT bands doesn't seem to work. Your hands are cut up. You can see most competitors have their hands wrapped up by the Ranger medics. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's your last lap, one last time to give it all you got. Hopefully, your last 3 days put you ready.
Look at that. Notice this right here. So the Ranger instructors just gave a 3-minute warning before they begin the race. And I see a set of Ranger Regiment teams tend to say, hey, that 3 minutes, let's go wait in the shade. Is that strong Ranger, smart Ranger stuff? What's going on there?
Smart Ranger.
Smart Ranger. Smart Rangers know that maybe if they just keep a little bit of shade, they'll be a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? All right, people are saying, way to go, Team 49, finish strong, Rangers lead the way. If you were to guesstimate, and we know you have a bias, who do you think is going to rip and win this event? Just this individual event solo, the final buddy team.
There are 4 teams I have my eyes on, all 3 of them from Regiment.
Oh, okay. Bias, no big deal.
There's a bias there, but the Old Guard team is like some phenomenal runners.
Okay.
So is the USASOC team, Team 55. So,
yep.
We'll find out here shortly.
Okay, we will. If you had to guess, who do you think it would be?
51.
Okay, that was a strong 51 endorsement. I like the 5-1 endorsement, but I love my boy Blaine Peters on Team 5 and his partner Isaac.
I think they're going to be duking it out for that one too.
Oh, you think they're going to duke it? 51. You think it's going to be a 51-50? What about 4-9?
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see. He didn't want to commit. No commitment there. Can you ask Griff what his 5-mile personal record is? Griff, people want to know, what is your 5-mile personal record?
When I ran in college, we raced 8Ks, which was pretty close to 5 miles.
8K, okay.
And I think the best I'd ever done was maybe a little under 26.
Under 26, got it.
In my recent life in the Army, like when I did the train up last year, it was 27:40.
27:40, okay. Is there a certain mile I should be training for, or 5 mile, or 10K time? Like, is that my future competitor that's watching this right now? Like, what makes sense? Do I need to have a hit time or no?
I don't think there is an exact time. Like regiment, we look at the standards for all of the winners from all years, and you need to be within a general range. But like if you have external skills, whether it's shooting or like really good technical skills that can like help you out on your physical things. So like my partner Kevin wasn't quite as fast as I was.
Whoa, you're saying that on the live stream. He's not joking, Kevin.
Kevin's
Kevin's coming at you in the chat here,
far
Ranger
better
chat.
durability than me.
Okay.
Far more
There you go.
strength than me.
I love it.
Day
Excellent.
2 of the competition, maybe day 1, I was
There we go. Ranger leads the way. Woo! All right, we started our timer, and here they go. This is a huge downhill right now from Winsett. So they're going from Winsett down to the beginning of the Columbus Riverwalk. At that point right there, it's about the quarter-mile point, and then they got to cut in through the Riverwalk. And then the Riverwalk portion, that's going to be another about 3 miles to get all the way to the finish. As a competitor, when you're running towards the front, did you ever get annoyed by kind of like the gas smell of the gators or FLAs or different systems? You never thought about it. Okay. You were just thinking, don't?
the other regiment teams kicked my ass last year.
Got it. So you weren't necessarily in the fumes of it and thinking about it, huh? Yeah. Last year's was particularly miserable. I think you guys ran 4.5 miles. I've never seen a distance run that long.
Slightly uphill too, so I think this downhill course is the preferred route for the final buddy run, and you get to finish at the dam.
Gotcha. People are saying that it's much better that we're on the vehicle than running it with them.
I agree with that.
A lot of end of comp energy flowing right now, like final week at Ranger School. Got to go as hard as your body can push it and far more. You know, when we talk about that too a lot, Blain, in this event, the next most important thing to do is that next event, buddy run. That's it right now. This is the most important event of the competition.
That's all that's left.
And then when we talk about that, what do you think, or what do you do when maybe you and Kevin as partners didn't have the best lane or didn't do as well as you thought you would have? How do you adjust fire?
Yeah, I mean, you immediately forget about it. Yes. It's hard to do that in practice.
Yes.
You know, it's always going to be in the back of your mind. Right. Can we recover from that failure? I left my helmet at a range, and we had to do a 5-mile detour to get it. So that was a big fault on me, you know, and it's hard to recover from that, but, like, you just get to the next event, you never talk about it again, and do your best there. Yeah, clear it out. Did you guys have a mantra, like clear or forget about it, or did you just know, simply, like we're never talking about that again. Get that out of your mind. I love it. Yeah, that's right. You got to have a short memory. Because you got to be able to bounce back. Be a goldfish. Every single event is its own thing. Who cares? Yeah, we just did that silly thing. Move on. Yeah, this final run this year is going to, I think, be about, so the point we just at right now, we're at the 3 miles to go from here to get to the finish. So it's going to be about a 3.5 mile unknown distance buddy run. I don't know how accurate my watch is, but you got the little GPS going on? Okay. For you all watching the stream earlier, we saw the mystery event, which included, they asked 7 questions. Hey, what are these different acronyms? Even Best Ranger Kevin Moore had difficulty. Oh, check this out. Oh, we got the fans out here. Very excited. Liza Coley Grove. She helped fund and make sure we got the Colonel Ralph Puckett Jr. Statue up at Victory Pond. It's awesome. Blain, it is Jay and Mr. Griff. What's up? All right, so those are the old white elephants, what you saw in We Were Soldiers Once and Young. And now we're moving down this part of the Columbus Walkway. And back to them. Roger, can confirm live, 236 people watching. Head of the pack right now appears that we got, who we got there? 51, 50, and 55. So it's 2 regiment teams. Before this, Griff did say that he thought 51 would win the buddy run. I thought maybe 50 would win. He said it would be a battle. He also did say that 55 would be the next best, and possibly the old guard team behind him. So right now, those projections are looking pretty darn good here. Why is it even on day 3, as a former competitor, former winner, you can almost make a guesstimate of where you think people would be on an event like this? And then you can see how they're walking around, and
Okay.
see how they perform throughout the day to day compared to the other teams.
Got it. So continuously see them dominate the helo cast, the CWST, paddling, all that kind of stuff gives you indicators how you think they're going to perform.
Yeah.
Okay. I think something I was shocked by on day one was how much and how fast Team 55 came out of the gates.
Yeah, and then the water can event kind of took control of that opening three events.
So, it really did. 49. They had a crazy pull where
they went from 20th to first.
And I think 49, when they got to the point when there was they probably had 500 meters to get to the turn point. They were going to plan on putting it down to kind of stay in pace with 55. And 49 said, hey, no, we're going to burn the ships. We're going to keep going. Coach O'Brien was there. They went to the turnaround point, and they still came back with the water cans to about where 55's water cans were. So imagine the heartbreak when you were 55, you get your water cans, and you have a set of water cans next to yours that are going the other way. It reminds me of any kind of like endurance running event you might do, a cross country event. You get around those bends and corners, pick up that pace. Mentally defeat your opponent. In addition to physically crush them. In the physical aspect of the competition, how do you prepare? Do I just lift weights all the time?
No, I'd say high mileage teams do a little bit better. I don't know the exact statistics, but the average body weight of a winner is a lot lighter than what most people would expect.
Hold on, you're saying I can't be 250, 6 foot, bulky?
Extra weight
too much?
Carry around
Okay.
a little too far. But that strength absolutely does help. Kevin weighs 24 pounds of me, and obviously.
So you could have a partner who maybe is a little bit heavier, but not to a point that possibly slows you all down or hurts you.
Yeah, you need them to hang with you. You always need to pair yourself with someone with similar skills, so you're not.
Go ahead. In the front, we have tied Team 5-1 and Team 5-5 break. Directly behind them, we have Team 5-0 break. Behind them, 36. 5-1 and 5-5 are in the front. About 2 feet behind them is 5-0 break. 5 feet behind them is Team 360 Old Guard team break. And then 5th through 16th place, we're all still relatively close. They're almost packed together. And we just made to about mile 1. About 7:30 pace? Okay. Yeah, I think you're probably a little bit more accurate. Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think it's about right. What is it, talking to the satellites? Hold this for a second. All right, the wipe is complete. Wipe is complete. Last year, what was your weight? What was your height? Remember, do you care about that kind of stuff?
I was about 165 and I'm 5'10".
Okay.
Kevin was maybe 186 foot.
Okay.
Maybe a little taller. He'd probably say he's a little taller.
Do you know that stuff because you actually count your calories and think about that? Or?
I don't count calories.
Okay.
I don't never pay too much attention to scale, but Coach Nick O'Brien made a step on there once or twice.
Okay.
Track for their data. So
good to have their data, understand your BMI, understand your fat percentages, see where you are, know how to fuel yourself. Make sure you're not getting too big, right?
Yeah, I know a lot of people it's the opposite issue. They lose a little too much weight too quickly in the train up, so making sure they're not going through any crazy changes.
All right, we got 55 talking to 50, talking to 51. Got a little jockeying back and forth between one another. We're crossing here on the back side of where Ibolic is. For you LTs out there, you know exactly where you are, just on the other side of Russ Pond on Main Post. So they're running at about a 7:45 pace per mile. That's them with their boots, their OCP pants, their body armor, their rubber duckies. For body armor, do you all bring your own body armor, or is it issued, or what does it usually work?
Yeah, so I think they supplied the best this year, and all the athletes were responsible for bringing their own plates. But I will mention these rubber duckies are not your standard rubber ducky. They've got a ACOG and a PEC on there, so it weighs quite a few extra pounds.
And it's also like the A2, it's like the Alpha Deuce, Alpha 1, M16 with the ACOG mold and the PEC 2. When you train all year, just holding the like nice N4 that's kind of light, it's a little goofy when you get out here.
Yeah, you will be disappointed.
I recommend anybody that is thinking about competing or you actually get picked, figure out what the packing list is. Always pack that packing list. That way you just know how your stuff is. And then same kind of little stuff like that. If you know the M4 they're using for the rubber ducky has this like weird PEC 2 and ACOG on it, train with that exact same thing too. Thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. And thankfully we're local. I think we signed a few of these rifles out from ARTV for a train up last year, so that's a great advantage that the regiment has. Being the
proximity,
area,
location.
What you're going to hold in the actual competition, but a lot of changes to the packing list this year as well. So
the best Ranger Chad is saying that these are officially the heaviest rubber ducks in the military across all of the branches.
Yeah. The rubber ducky from hell, as I like to say.
The rubber ducky, the RDOH there. Okay. So we have Ranger Halls of Fame, we got distinguished members, and then we have the rubber ducky FH. Somebody's beeping their horn. Hopefully that's a good thing. Oh, it is a good thing. Okay. It was like you got to go get him. You missed the controversy from 2 years ago on this course. You hear what happened? Whilst doing this exact same buddy run, we had multiple cyclists on the course yelling at Best Ranger competitors for being on the entire run track. The competitors did not take too kindly or appreciate said main words from cyclists.
Yeah, their Strava can take a hit because
that's what it was. So. Their Strava data got jacked up as a result. All right, so we are crossing over. What is that? Upatoy Creek? It's Upatoy, right? Getting over Upatoy Creek. We're heading back towards the back gate of Fort Benning. This is the entrance by the National Infantry Museum. I'd say we're probably about the halfway point.
Yeah, I think just a little under halfway.
Yep.
12 minutes in.
If you're ever out here competing, say like you know all these past events. You know where the unknown distance buddy run was or foot march was. You think it's ever wise for competitors to like use those early morning hours or late day hours to come out here and just do kind of their own time trials or run parts of not necessarily knowing the course, just do it?
Yeah, I don't think we did too many time trials
Sure.
on a lot of these routes, but gaining familiarity with the training area, you don't know where the competition's going to take you, and just when you know where you are and know major landmarkers, that can be a game changer.
Got it. Yeah, especially if you're not like when you're competing, you don't have any GPS, you don't have any watches that are telling you exactly your paces and so forth. That's why I kind of like that. Just know, all right, hey, we just ran that last mile. We're at 8-minute pace. Okay, we're exactly where we need to be.
Yeah, your pace is people next to you right now, and like this is a crazy big group we have up front.
I'm shocked.
It's been this,
4 teams all right next to each other.
Right next to each other.
Usually it's one team that kind of smashes somebody, and then 2 and 3 are together, and then 4 and 5
are not far back there either.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Especially at the 1.5 mile point, like this many teams up here. I think from a competitor perspective, I might want to draft somebody and then maybe put the hammer on when I think we're ready to pass.
Yeah, no, I would say stay with them and just hope you have the legs here in 10 minutes.
Go Team 5-5, let's go. 36, Old Guard, let's go. Old Guard's in that first place position right now. I don't know if this is just the Ranger Regiment teams being wise here and trying to let them pass. I don't know what's going on. Blain, this is Jay. send me what you got on numbers. Team 36, team 51, team 50, team 55, all four together up in the front. Is there a place to find competitor names and numbers? I've got a formal student competition. Yes. Just go to the Maneuver Center of Excellence. They've been posting the standings throughout the days. So you'll actually see all teams that are still in it along with their names and ranks and locations and positions. Just a little zoom out there, my bad. So proud of Team 51. They're killing it, man. All these best rangers are killing it. To me, it kind of looks like they're all setting into a pace. I think we're going to have a race to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. They might not get their beautiful BRC picture.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's usually what happens here is that you get to the end, you get an absolutely beautiful photo of you and your partner that you're going to save forever. But right now, they're setting it up to be one of those things where they wait to the last 100 meters to sprint. It's going to be nasty. I think 36 might be getting a little bit tricked right now, though, because I think they're setting them up. Team 5-1 just a step in front of Team 3-6, just a step in front of 5-0. 5-5 did just drop off. So now we got our three teams that are all up one another against each other, and then we got our other teams that are falling back a little bit.
You're great.
I mean, it is buddy run. They're all buddies, so there it is. Great joke there. You get the best joke of the chat thus far, without a doubt. Ooh, that looks off-road. Love to see it. Love to see it. We're going through the security checkpoint here. Doing a little off-road, on-road. Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Second episode. You ever see that one? Ace Ventura Pet. You have not seen Ace Ventura? Wow. Best ranger competitors are getting too young nowadays and not seen Ace Ventura Pet Detective 2. Okay. Doesn't get the reference when we're in Africa on the Jeep. There's another feed with the names, day 3 finish line. Let's go 3-6. Let's go 3-6. All right. So 5-1 has a controlled running lead, kind of what you expected. 5-0, based off of looking at Lane. Lane's kind of got a gait that seems to be leaning forward, trying to hold on to 5-1. Isaac is about 2 steps behind Lane. And then we have the Old Guard team. Old Guard team is settled back about 10 feet behind 51. I don't know if that's because Old Guard's thinking about taking them over or if it's because they're just getting tired. But if I were to be in a position, I think 3-6 is one of the best because you know who's in front of you and you know nobody's going to catch you.
Yeah.
However,
yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of distance to close, like anyone's game at this point. But...
And who's to know? What if 5-1 turns it on here?
Yeah.
Like it seems like they're doing now in this downhill.
They're doing amazing this morning. So.
They might get too much space up front, and it's going to be too hard to actually maintain with it. People are saying 50 Smith. Some people are saying 36. 36. Some biased broadcasters are saying 51. Isaac and Lane. But who's to say? Who's to say who those broadcasters are? At least it's better than last year when Battalion had like 4-minute lead on everyone else. Yeah. Were you a part of that lead team or not so much?
Say that one more time, Jeff.
Last year they were talking about how this is a better buddy run because last year the one team that was in first place was 4 minutes ahead of all their other competitors. Was that you guys up front?
That was not us up front.
It was not you.
So that was Emery Schroeder and Tyler Stead.
Got a gap. We got a gap.
They were our enlisted team from the regiment last year, and they just did phenomenal. There was no world where we were going to beat them that day. They were the faster team at that point in the competition.
When we get up to the National Infantry Museum, what we generally tend to do is we get out of the gator and then we'll hop out. And then usually what I'll do is I'll work my way back. If you want to go towards the finish line to cheer on you guys, you can.
Yep.
Or you can walk with me. It doesn't matter to me. What we'll do is on this stream, we'll get the rest of the competitors coming in. And then on the other streams, you'll see the live of all the other teams finishing. All right, we crossed the last bridge.
At 2.4 miles in.
What's our time?
19 minutes.
All right, 19 minutes, 2.4 miles. I think this is the point we're going to see a race. 5-1, 3 feet ahead of 5-0, 5 feet ahead of 3-6. I think 5-1 is going to pull the hammer on right now. Go team 27, give it your all, push it. 49, let's go, boys. It's about to win BRC. Starting to separate, maybe 3 teams tightly together. We got team 5-1, team 5-0, team 3-6. So we have regiment.
9 past UC Sock there in fourth as well.
Okay, so we have 51, 50, 36, 49, 5-5. So we got Ranger Regiment, Old Guard, Ranger Regiment, UC Sock. Yeah, this is the hammer point here. The boys can see the backside of the field. They know that they got to make about I remember my first South Pumpkin. All right. If you want, you can jump the other feed. Go ahead. We are indeed a half mile out. We are on the other side of the NIM as we speak. Don't worry, we're going to get all your teams finishing. Now, if you want to jump over to the other stream and see the finish line, you absolutely can. As we get up here and we dig this turn, that's when I generally jump out to start tracking. Team 5-0, bringing the hammer down.
Go, boys, come on now! 400 meters!
5-0, putting the hammer down. Came out of nowhere right now. My goodness, 5-0. Came out of nowhere. 5-0. Team 5-0. Team 5-1. 5-0. 3-6. Woo! This is outstanding. Team 4-9er. Other stream will have the final finishing if you want to jump over to that. Team 1-6. They got the flyover going as competitors are finishing this year. I'm telling you, every year this competition outdoes itself. Are you kidding me? Woo! Team 3-0. Team Fife. Here we go, 4-6. Team Fowler, 6. Team 2-2. Let's go, 2-2. Last bit, 2-7. Think about that photo, baby. Team 2-7. Wow. Telling you, every single year, this competition gets better, more professional, better produced. Holy crap. There at the race at the end, we saw team 50, 51, and 49 bouncing back and forth. Old Griff for sure thought it was definitely going to be team 5-1. Your biased announcer here thought it was week 5-0. And then obviously we had people thinking 3-6, the old guard. It appears 5-0 pulled it out at the end. Old Isaac and Mr. Blain Peters absolutely smoking it. Out freaking standing work. And look at this. With 75 to 90 miles on their bodies, these best rangers are still absolutely killing it. They never quit, never leave fallen comrade. They're always pushing forward, and rangers are always leading the way. Great job, 2-6. Let's go, boys. Looking fresh. Team 2-6. Man, this is even though it's only about 3-mile run, these teams were moving, they were shaking, and look at this, they're almost all done. Not much of a spread this time. Great work, 4-3. Team 4-3. Out of Bay 5-9. Team 5-9er. Team 5-9, representing the United States Military Academy at West Point. They got about 400 meters from this point. They have to go 200 meters out, then take 200 meters north, and then they're at the end of the National Infantry Museum. Team 51, exclamation points! Team 27, love you! Right, Uncle Nick! Team 16. Other feed has the finish line for everyone. Yes, yes, you absolutely need to see that. Even if you're not in person, you can feel the patriotism, the love, the support from all the families, the units. Think about all the sweat and tears and blood, calluses, chafing, late nights, early mornings, early weekends lost, all that compete and run for this event to inspire in others of what we know we can do and can't be. Rangers leading the way all the way. Great job, 4-7. Another beautiful flyover. As teams cross the line. 3 UH-60 Blackhawks. Airborne Ranger Training Brigade continues to outdo themselves every year, figuring out the best ways to make this competition just even more elite and more special. Team 4-7. Right now, going through your head. You're like, man, it's about to be over. I'm tired. I want to shower. Oh man, I want to eat some food. Oh, I need to see my family. How are we going to do this photo? Because we're going to have this photo to be a memory for life, right? What are we going to do? You're going to go right hand, I'll go left hand. Now you go left hand, we both go left hand. I'm talking about they want outside here. 47 is going to do far left partner, left rifle, right partner, right rifle. I like it. Job 4-7. A little bit of a gap now here as we get towards the back of the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 1 So we have our last two teams right here. Outstanding. Only 16 we're finishing out of 61 that started. Unbelievable. Largest field we've ever had. Great job, 1-3. Doing 13 strong. First time ever for 13 to be in it. Let's go, baby. Team 1 tree, 15th place team. Over. Team 1 tree will be the 15th place team. Over. Team. Team 1 Fowler. Last team. Great grit and determination. Tenacity 1-4. Well done. Last little bit right here, boys. That's my man Jones, baby. That's my big dog, he says. Casey Ray says, you got it, guys. Kids are going crazy for you. She says, take a good photo. Make sure it looks good. Make sure you have nothing in your teeth, she asks. All right. Casey, I think he said that he's not going to smile for the photo. And he'll make sure his teeth aren't showing, so you won't see the broccoli or meals ready to eat. So it'll be okay. Team 1-4 will be your 16th place team in this event, the final buddy team run. Final standings will be posted in approximately an hour and a half. In about an hour and a half, we're going to start the Super Supper. That's the unofficial ceremony where they'll actually release all of the placings and give all the prizes to the different teams. Jump over to the other stream to see the finish line. I don't want to get in their shot. It was a pleasure being with all of you this year for the Best Trainer Competition, 42nd annual David E. Grange Jr. Best Trainer Competition. We'll be bigger, better. We'll take any of your comments, advice to crush it next year for the 43rd annual. We'll see you. And as always, Rangers lead the way.